Hey, welcome to another innovational production. Today's going to be a very quick showcase and review of this soundbar, which is the Majority Snowdown 2. Now, like me, you probably never heard of the brand Majority before. Well, I hadn't heard it until I jumped on Amazon and I found out that the best-selling soundbar was the Majority Bofel, which is the lowest grade from this brand. And it had quite a good reputation, so I decided to look into this brand a bit more. Well, Majority is a UK brand. Obviously, soundbar is made in China, but it says here at the bottom, if you go to the website, just wait for it, it says that it's acoustically tuned in Cambridge, UK. And if you know anything about speakers, you know that Cambridge in the UK is renowned for some leading class brands of speakers. So that must mean something. So as you can see here, it's £54.95 in the UK. But for some reason, I bought this Snowdown 2 soundbar for $45 in Australia, which is really cheap. You can also see here that's 120 watts. I'm not sure whether it is RMS or peak power, but I assume it would be peak power. Now, in terms of the soundbar itself, right here, it's about 80 centimeters long, so it's not that big. It doesn't come with a separate subwoofer, but it's actually got a built-in subwoofer, and the subwoofer, if you can see here, it's a bit faint. That's one speaker, one driver, another one, and another one over here. Now the subwoofer actually is the one in the center. It's in the center of these other two drivers, but it's actually not centered on the soundbar itself. You'd expect them to put a left channel here, right channel here, and then the subwoofer to the side. But for some reason, they've done the subwoofer in the middle here. So you might want to move your soundbar a bit over to your right to be misaligned with the TV, but it means that the sound is coming out in a uniform way if you're fast. If not, then I wouldn't bother. So the soundbar itself, it's just got one LED light here. Does not have any kind of display whatsoever. I'll show you that shortly. On the side here, you have just the power, the source, volume up and down, pairing, and Bluetooth. It's also a Bluetooth speaker, and also a line in. So line in is a 3.5 millimeter connector you can use for that. At the back, you've got these brackets here. You can mount it onto a wall. And over here, you've got there's a power connector here. You've got a coaxial digital cable there. And you've got a RCA left and right channels. So not many inputs. You just got the, one input, two input, three input, and then you've got Bluetooth. So you've got 4 different kinds of inputs there. Now let's have a look at the remote control. The remote is fairly basic, so power, mute, volume up and down, and these buttons here control the Bluetooth if you're connected to a Bluetooth device. Input, which I'll show you later. Treble up, down, bass up, down. You've got pairing with Bluetooth, and then these are the 4 EQ buttons: flat, basic, dialogue, and movie. So if you're in dialogue and movie mode, you can't adjust the treble or bass, only when you're in the flat or music mode. Now, in terms of how this LED kind of works, is if you press the input, okay, so that's blue, it's obviously Bluetooth. Then you've got green, which is either RCA or line in, and white is the other one. And the yellow here is the coaxial digital input connection. If you can see me going up and down, if you go up all the way and it stops, it means it's at the maximum, and just down again, that's the minimum. So you know when you're at the maximum or minimum based on whether you can go up any further or down any further. So next, I'm just going to check out some dialogue. I'll put on the news and see how the dialogue sounds.
So defending the northern approaches to Australia, which is something that probably we are capable of doing with sufficient investment. Okay. There are a couple of things that
the dialogue mode, which sounds a bit thin. Put it back on music.
Defense and the idea that instead of white papers, we're going to get defense strategies every couple of years.
So there you go, that's the Majority Snowdown 2 soundbar. I picked it up for a steal at $45 Australian, but it's £54 in the UK. I'm sure it's not 120 watts RMS, probably 120 watts peak, but hey, it's loud enough And for that amount of money, it's really good. So fully recommend it. If you're interested in buying it, please check out the links below to support this channel. Thank you.